Good morning, Drew. How are you doing this morning? Well, some things are better in summer. Hey, Original Bezo. It got a little chilly in here last night, so he was still laying around until about a half hour ago. I'm not sure if Reptar's going to eat or not, but he is showing some interest. So, but after last night, man, that was some auditing going on in the community, huh? Eric's still traveling in his uniform. I was the first one to unmask who that person was too on one of my streams. Or I think I did. No, that was off my phone, so that wasn't off of the live. He tore down one of the fake plants trying to climb out the top corner. Oh, I hope things are going better for him. Eric, Eric Brent, James Freeman, and Johnny 50 got together last night and yesterday and had some fun. And other auditors had their cameras broken. It's good to have your mother visit, though. Yeah, Johnny repeated that one situation they were having fun with. I think it was last weekend where they ignore the officer and just talk to each other. James and him had a little conversation. You could tell they were having trouble figuring out what to say. Hey, Roadhog, good to see you. I'm not sure, Roadhog, but I would think Whitebeard would know for sure. Oh yeah, that night was a whole group of people that got together. And Eric won his court case, the Supreme Court, on jury nullification, where they arrested him for tampering with the jury by handing out pamphlets. He was happy about that. Uh, yeah, Tom Zebra is a good auditing, since his methods tend to be worth watching. Sea Road, there are more boring streams than goats. He's playing statue. Ah, so you have it, you just aren't sure it's the right place. But, like I said, I would check with Whitebeard. He did a heck of a good job trying to raise money for him. Stuck with it with a passion, too. I saw that. Yeah, a new fan. Well, I don't know if there's an award for it, but if there's a contest, Tucson police suck. Yeah, I've seen them. You're just gonna sit there on like a bump on a log. Hello, Israel D. Ooh, nice avatar. Red car. At least that's what my eyes see it as. Just sitting there chatting, waiting to see if the old lizard's gonna crawl down and have lunch. He's up there. Here, can give you an alternate view. He's in the background because I have it set up for the feeder. There's the reptile. Things are boring enough you can all make sure you're subbed to each other in here at least. It's a frog. Yeah. Well, we'll just take that video and like turn it up to, 4 times the speed, and it'll. The first time I tried to snag a snapping turtle, I learned that turtles aren't slow. I don't know where they got that reputation. Okay, guys, the lady just walked into the room. Oh no, it's AK Twin Mommy. We're good. See, I'm not afraid of her. She's all the way over there by Russia. I love you too, AK Twin Mommy. Plus, I know what's coming in your near future. Every day your children get a day older. Oh, are they hatching? Yeah, I heard you say that they are ugly. That is no lie. From the parakeet eggs I hatched, the cockatiels, 2, 3 years of those eggs. Man, birds are born ugly. You think a bunny's born with no fur, just pink, and that's gross looking, man. You look at a bird when it comes out of its shell. That shit is ugly. Yeah, but your tonight is my tomorrow morning, but luckily I stay up till morning, so I'm sure I'll find it. Not sure how everything's going with the family. I know you got some issues. We appreciate you hanging in with the group, AK. No, I want some goats. I don't think Road has explained a lot about the goats. See, they're in fences because goats eat anything. Road, would you like to comment on that? Very poor hatch. Yeah, it's very should be very much higher on the scale of importance, AK. Family should be like, up near the top, next to self gratification. I mean, up at the top. Hey, see and say. The lizard says, that's right, lizards don't talk. It must be you, Rod. It's not like you live right next to the cell towers. I remember when they first came out in the front of the big department style stores where they were selling cell phones, and they'd have a map. We cover 95% of this area, and then you look at the map, and it's like, no, that's the roads. Well, yeah. Well, what about all the other places that aren't roads? Well, who would be there? Like, you cover 1% of everywhere. We had cell phones up north, you talk at the top of the hill, and then you try and make another call at the top of the next hill. And they aren't even hills. If you've been out of Michigan, to us they're hills, but you get to the mountains. My mother traveled out to Idaho, and one of her first comments was, "We were surrounded by mountains, and they're really big." That's my mom. You can see the tower at night, and you still get crap service. That's a bearded dragon who's had a cool night last night, so he's not quite as up to par. Plus, he ate late. He ate like at dark last night for some reason. But if I give him live mealworms or live crickets, the feeding begins instantly. I'm giving him freeze-dried mealworms and romaine right now, and he has to actually decide to go there. Me too. You're not going to accommodate anybody with your ferocity? Yes, you know I'm talking to you. Anticipation. Uh-oh. Oh, he settles back down. Forget it. But for those of you who just have seen it for the first time, and now this was all nice and well groomed when I cleaned the cage. He's moved this one, a nice goat skull, that was over here next to this one. He moved it all the way to the front. He had it in the bowl yesterday. This skull was in the water dish. That's a raccoon skull. And underneath the log, that was sticking out. And he's been tearing it up. I've had some streams where he's pretty active. There's another goat skull in the back. He tore it, pushed everything. That petrified wood is the only thing that hasn't moved. I mean, he's pushed the carpet all the way up into the back, trying to dig his way out and climb his way out. But since I cleaned his cage, he's been going nuts. He needs the exercise. I did the little dance video of him the other night when I unmasked that pig that wears the thin blue line flag. How disgusting. Oh, I thought I had a new one coming, the rescue one, but it turned out it was a boy, so I guess the preponderance of information I can get is that not two boys in one cage. But they are considered one of the best pets to have as a single lizard. They do the best on their own, or so they say. And they're really great. They're real docile. My three grandkids took care of him from the time they first came home from the store to till he was 6 months old, and they handled the crap out of him. Right now, he just enjoys laying around and being a lizard instead of a toy. You're definitely going to check out the quail bursts. Those are so gross. And if anybody wants to add something that's healthy for them to their diet that's real easy, talk to Red Hog about getting quail eggs. I know I can't stimulate you any because I don't have anything live to feed you. They're just like a fish. Well, you stimulate them with something, wiggle it in front of their face. He definitely goes for it. Here, I can afford a couple more freeze-dried mealworms. Just see if you might want some attention. You're gonna grow them next year. Now I saw the bedding. So I get mine from Amazon, and they've got mealworms and crickets from a couple different farms. But they sell a bedding too. I was trying to remember what it was. I don't know if it's ground bran or supposedly they're easy to grow. I know when I was looking up the different farms, I read the comments from the people who bought from them that leave comments. And one was talking about that he was having more fun growing mealworms than he was. He said, I feed the chickens and I feed the. I don't remember what pet he had, but he says, but I have more fun growing the mealworms. But I know they survive pretty doggone good when they ship, and you keep them in the fridge. You don't have to do much. Once I bought, they had potato chunks in them. The other had some shavings in them, and 6 weeks was no problem to get like 90% of them still alive. But once he makes up his mind, there's not much hesitation. He usually just goes for it. What are you? I swear there's some white minuscule can't see him bug that he eats. Well, yeah, I could see that because this, right from KT, one of the biggest, animal suppliers of shit there are, a 7 ounce bag was like 250. A bag like this was like 250 at Walmart. 7 ounces. And they're using it for wild bird food and chicken food is what they section it's in. But I would think it would be like part of a mixed feed if you were going to try and feed birds. You'd have to have grains and other things, I would think. Yeah, I think the best, I got 2,000 for like 24 bucks. There we go. Let me try and stay with you. I can't even see all the pictures, so I don't know who I did. Oh, I can come over farther. I guess it's lunchtime, folks. See how far he'll stick his tongue out because he's too lazy to take another step. Oh, that was a good shot of his tongue. He's still a little high up in the sky. Try and lower it. I love that. Almost too much with it. They're freeze dried. Oh, the live? No, the ones I got for that price were live. They were about 3/4 of an inch long. And once I got 1,200 jumbos, which were like an inch and a quarter, and they were like molten or husking or whatever they were before they got eaten up by them. They were growing like crazy. You never can tell which eye he's paying attention to because he's looking at the TV with one eye and the food with the other. Kind of have an idea since my eyes work just like that. I don't have the muscles to make them stay in a pattern like everybody else does without even thinking about it. Yeah, we all have our problems. If it weren't for mutation, we wouldn't survive. I'm a statue. All right. And then that's it for a while. I'm going to have to warm up before I come down and eat again. Yeah, feeding things is one of the big things. When we raised rabbits, man, we busted our ass to clear out corners of the farmers' clay fields that were too damp that they couldn't plant, so we could grow a few 6 or 8 square feet of oats just to cut the cost of feeding the rabbits. The medicated pellets almost destroyed our budget, but that's why I like the self-sustaining farming. That's about as interesting as Reptar gets, Rod. I tried to get a few different angles of the feeding. A week or two ago, I got some great shots from head on with him just pounding it down, mouth wide open. Here he didn't hardly even touch the lettuce. He'll come back, I don't know, hour, maybe two. And just go from there to jump down and run over and just mount down. Not even time to go live. But all you check out, AK Twin Mommy, she's going live tonight. The AK Twin Mommy and Crazy Neighbor Lady show. Yep. I think that's it for Reptar, and I gotta get rid of my first pot of coffee of the morning, so thank everybody who comes in and everybody who watches to the end and comments. Really makes being here in the chair every day worthwhile. Bless everyone, and like my mom keeps telling me, pray for everyone. Reptar and I are gone. We gone.